Hey church, last week we launched the beginning of our All-In season. And today we want to bring some really important and specific information to your attention for you to pray into over the next few weeks as we prepare to go all in with our seed of faith in response to all that God has done for us in Christ Jesus. As you walked into church today, you would have received 2 printouts. I'd love to encourage you to take the time to read through them carefully, put them by your acorn from last week, and prayerfully consider how you might respond.
The first printout is our All-In campaign overview. In it, you will find a letter from our senior pastor Dave sharing about the season we are in. You'll also find a whole lot of information about the facts and figures of what God is doing in our church. As you read it, we would love you to pray about 2 things in particular. Firstly, how God might be leading you to go all in with your time. And secondly, how God might be leading you or inviting you to go all in with your talents this year at Hills.
The overview also outlines important information about the financial position we are in as a church. Over the past few years, God's goodness has been so evident to us, as faithful giving and wise stewardship had led to us having almost $500,000 saved up in a building fund specifically for the season we are entering into. We also have around another $700,000 in savings, giving us approximately $1.2 million in the bank as we embark on the project of building in Mount Barker, upgrading Aldgate and supporting Lilwethal, and continuing to plant into new communities that Jesus would be glorified, lives would be transformed, and the hope of the gospel revealed for generations to come. You'll also see that our budgeted giving for the 23-24 financial year is $1.4 million, and at this stage we are right on track to meet that budget. But with everything we believe God is calling us into, the time has come for us to step out in faith, to go all in with our treasure and believe for the impossible.
Early estimates suggest that the first stage of the Mount Barker build, along with the development of an Aldgate campus foyer, will likely cost us around $7 to $8 million. Given our current financial position, this means we'll need a loan. In order to secure that loan, Baptist Financial Services require that churches first show evidence that they can service the loan. To service a loan large enough to build all that we believe God is calling us to build, we need to increase our current annual budget by around $700,000. And church, this is where we are inviting every single one of you to prayerfully bring a seed of faith. Yes, $700,000 sounds like a lot, but again, consider the oak tree and remember God has a habit of creating big things from very small and humble beginnings.
And this is where the second piece of print material is so important. Church, this is your seed pledge. This little card is something we want you to carefully and prayerfully bring before God and simply say, Lord, how would you have me respond? For the next few weeks, take this, place it by your acorn from last week and ask God to lead you.
How do we get to see an extra $700,000? One seed at a time. As you pray, consider what seed God might be calling you to bring in 2024. And consider how quickly the seeds will add up. If across the church just 10 people chose to give $150 a week more than what they currently give, that would increase our annual budget by $78,000. If across the church we have just 40 people give $100 more than what they currently give each week, that would increase our annual budget by an extra $208,000. If across the church just 50 people gave $50 over and above their current giving each week, that would increase our budget by an extra $260,000. If across the church 50 people were to give an extra $30 a week over and above their current giving, that would bring in an extra $78,000. If across the church 100 people chose to give $15 more than what they currently give each week, that would raise an extra $78,000. That's $700,000 through only 250 people, bringing different seeds according to the resources God has blessed them with. for the glory of God and His kingdom impact for generations to come.
How exciting is the opportunity that lies before us? If just 250 seeds can do that, well, imagine what God will do as each and every one of us bring our seed and lay it at His feet. Imagine the kingdom impact, not just for now, but for generations and generations to come. Also, in addition to the seed, you'll also see an opportunity to bring an offering. If through prayer you believe God is leading you to bring more than a seed, but a gift as well, then we would invite you to do that too. Simply fill out that part on the pledge form and bring the gift to the Lord. Finally, remember this is a pledge for 12 months. We're not asking you to commit to something 5 years from now. Just 12 months of living in and by faith and believing God for a miracle.
So there you have it, church. Will you go all in with us in praying into this seed season? And remember, do only what God asks you to do. Nothing more, nothing less. That's all we're asking, that we would be obedient to the call of God. And we know that as we obey Him, He will be faithful to His promise and give us all that we need. So take your card, pray over it, and then on March the 10th, across all our campuses and online, we are going to have our Seed Sunday, a day of celebration and rejoicing, where we will bring our seed, our written pledge, and place it at His feet. Church, we serve a big God, the God of immeasurably more and the God of more than enough. And I can't wait to see how He moves amongst us. And I can't wait to see Him bring blessing and increase for His kingdom's glory through our simple seed of faith. It's time. Let's enlarge the place of our habitations. Let's stretch wide the curtains. Let's strengthen our stakes and go all in.